Ask yourself who represents the people they don't let you hear from. And you'll know who you should vote for in the Iowa caucuses. Who represents the voice that they're absolutely determined to overlook. These folks represent the very elites who year after year after year have destroyed our Constitution, betrayed our rights, and undermined our strength created by our people in the world. And yet the one person willing to talk about that is overlooked time and time again.
All right, that was presidential hopeful Alan Keyes shaking things up at the Iowa debate last Wednesday. It was the first major debate that he participated in during this election season, but he's no novice, and Keyes previously ran for president in '96 and in 2000, and he joins us today from Washington, D.C. Ambassador, you never lack for passion, but I will tell you this. Every single person, you show up at this debate, they said, when did Alan Keyes get into this thing? When did that happen?
Well, it actually happened in September at the Values Voter Debate, or just prior to it, about the same time Fred Thompson got involved. But obviously, the media, mainstream so-called, wasn't paying attention. They rarely do. And others, I think, have an interest in making sure that someone who actually represents the kind of complete, coherent, consistent conservatism that grassroots Republicans really want isn't heard from this time around, because they don't want people to know that they can, in fact, have a candidate who really represents them.
All right. Well, we got into this a little bit on my radio show the other day, and it got pretty heated between us, which doesn't, we've been friends. I admire you. You've served your country well. But you went after your Republican opponent so hard, I was a little shocked. You want to do that tonight? Are you going to back off a little bit? Why do I doubt that's even a possibility?
Not at all. I'm sorry. I think the Republican Party is heading down a road right now that's going to destroy it, and I feel sorry. People who blithely believe that folks like myself could ever vote for Rudy Giuliani simply don't understand what it means to have a conscience, a faith, and principles. For many years, Sean, I've gone around talking to churches and other groups, including in the black community, making a simple point. It's wrong to put party above your allegiance to God. It's wrong for black Democrats to go on voting for Democrats who support everything that, according to their faithful conscience, they believe is wrong. And I've said it many times. Now, how could I say that to them and then myself put party above my allegiance to God and support somebody who in every way rejects the basic principle that I've chosen?
I understand your passion and your position on religion, faith, and abortion, and your differences with Mayor Giuliani over that. But I will say this, Ambassador, there are a lot of issues in play this election, not the least of which is winning this war that we started in Iraq, staying on offense in the war on terror. Every Republican would cut taxes, look for free market solutions, then destroying the health care system that Hillary would propose. They want energy independence, and they want secure borders. So as I look at all of these issues on measure and all the Republican candidates, and I want you to make your best case, they are infinitely better than anything that Barack Obama, John Edwards, or Hillary Clinton offered. Do you disagree with that?
Yes.
Yes, I do, actually. I disagree with it profoundly. Step number one, I think what you just went through is not entirely accurate in terms of where these folks stand. On the issues that have to do with the moral foundations of our republic, that's not just a minor issue. We stand or fall. The people of this country are losing their sovereignty, and the constitutional system of self-government is being destroyed. Why? Because we've abandoned the principle that the founder of the Republican Party knew to be the sovereign principle of America. He said we were a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. You can't just throw that aside casually without destroying the republic, and that means that you must champion the existence and authority of God, not as a matter of personal faith, but as a matter of national creed.
By the way,
and that's where I part company, even with Huckabee and everybody else.
They keep talking about this
like it's personal. It's not personal.
I love watching you two fight. I mean, Alan did my radio show. We got along great.
Because you want to see Republicans killed fighting.
By the way, on my radio show, Ambassador Keyes, you said you call the other candidates counterfeit. Is Rudy Giuliani counterfeit? Is Fred Thompson counterfeit? Is Mitt Romney counterfeit?
Well,
are these all counterfeit candidates?
Yes, I can explain it. Rudy Giuliani is a counterfeit Republican. The Republican Party has been dedicated to the Declaration principle of equality based on rights that come from God, the Creator, not from our mother's choice, since it was founded. So if you stand up as a Republican and then reject that principle, you're counterfeit. Mitt Romney, I believe, keeps wanting us to believe he's had a sincere change of heart. What I see is a consistent ambition, a willingness that he has admitted himself to say one thing to get into his positions in Massachusetts and now turn on a dime and say something else because it serves his ambition for president. president. And then you have Ron Paul out there talking about sovereignty, and he's such a champion, and then promoting free trade under the rubric of which we have had more direct assaults on the sovereignty of the American people than in any other way. And finally, Mike Huckabee, who says, I'm stepping forward. He's good on the moral issues, but then he's a liberal on practically everything else. And we have a base that has been committed to true conservatism for many years now.
Are you the only conservative in the race? We have about 10 seconds for a break. Are you the only real conservative in this race?
I'm the only complete conservative in this race, yes.
All right, we're going to...
the only one.
We have a lot more to come with Ambassador Alan Keyes.
Now, by the way, you love to see us fight. I love that. I
like it. You and Hannity, I think... in fact, I think Alan Keyes should sit in for me the next time that I'm on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
All right.